This is a virtual and augmented reality capstone. This is a class where students are divided to teams, and each team is developing an application or a game on a HoloLens device.
The name of our project is Dogfights. So what it is it's an augmented reality game for the HoloLens where you fly a virtual plane around the room, trying to avoid real-world objects as well as achieve objectives like flying through rings.
So you could tilt the phone left and the plane would turn left. This involved networking the Android phone with the HoloLens, and we ended up solving it using UDP packets.
We had a lot of help from Microsoft and our professors. We set the bar for whoever's coming in next. That's awesome.
And then we're putting it all on a HoloLens, a new medium for games that hasn't really been explored yet. So that's kind of the exciting part.
I'm working with a new entire technology as well as a new game engine for myself. I've never worked with Unity before, so getting to learn a lot of new areas and working with a lot of great people is something that's really fun for me.
We built a roller coaster application where you can build tracks and then watch animations. So you are currently in building mode. You've got a menu in front of you with a bunch of different track pieces, and in front of you, a little bit lower, you should see a green pin, and if you place a track piece, you should have tracks building from it. So that is the build mode. Now you're in animation mode. If you look at your track, you should see the train track and a train. So if you click play at the bottom of your menu, you should see it animating along the track. It seems like you've got it, so I'll just let you play with it.
Oh, that's cool.
In like a real life, if you're playing with toy train sets, you're kind of constrained by the pieces that you own, the size of them, gravity, basic physics. But since this is all virtual, you can really let your imagination guide the track building process rather than your physical constraints.
We are working on Holo Towers, which is a holographic version of a tower defense game. So you can place towers in your environment and have enemies walk through it and the towers shoot at it. And so just a different take on a standard game.
The goal of Holo Towers is it's a tower defense game where you place a castle and a bunch of enemies around the room, and they all try to rush towards your castle. And so you place towers to defend your castle. And it's holographic and it's interactive around your space. You can place them on the walls, ceilings, floors.
It seems like VR and AR is the future, and like being part of it this early on is super exciting.
It'll currently tilt and face into a table right now, so I'm trying to fix that. Deadlines are a big part of the project, and we have deadlines every week. We meet with our teachers, and by the end of the quarter, we have to have a final project that we demo to the entire CS department.
This class is really about the future of virtual and augmented reality, and so this is really the breakout year for virtual and augmented reality with consumer devices by Oculus and HTC and Google and others landing on shelves for the first time. Big moment in virtual and augmented reality. And this class is really about getting the latest equipment, the latest resources. Students are going to get to use HoloLenses and HTC Vives and Oculuses for the very first time and see what applications they can build with those.
So we kind of designed this game as very easy to get the very basic features implemented, and then we can build on top of that. So we can really polish it, make it a fun sort of experience for the user.
So the Vive has basically like room scale tracking. Like there's these things called lighthouses in the corner of the room, and they know exactly where your head and hands are at all times because you have a headset like this, but you also have motion controllers in both of your hands. So you have just like full mapping of your movement of your head and hands. And that's just a lot of fun to play with.
I'm just throwing around buildings at the moment. So if you look at the computer screen, you can see that I'm in a little city, and so there's a bunch of buildings everywhere. So I am a giant monster, and so the goal of the game is pretty much destroy the city, and then we have other players who can connect with the Oculus Rifts over there, and they actually fly in spaceships.
There is a giant eyeball monster attacking the city, and you guys are part of an elite force of fighter pilots trying to take down the monster.
It's cool because you get to like make a game, and games are fun to play with, and you get to like take what you made and interact with it. And like when you see people play it, like they're excited. VR is also just really, really awesome. Like this is just such a cool opportunity, just because like this is a bunch of really expensive equipment, and it's a really, really sweet opportunity.